Hi, hello, welcome to Success Academy. Today's topic is microbes in human welfare. Look at this. Microbes in human welfare is the today's topic. In Greek language, in Greek language, micros means small. Micros here means the smallest organisms, microorganisms. Study of microorganisms is called microbiology. Microbiology is the study of microorganisms, study of microbes. Father of microbiology. Father of microbiology is Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Anton von Leeuwenhoek is the father of microbiology. He first observed the bacteria under his own microscope in living condition. Anton von Leeuwenhoek observed the living microbe under microscope. He is the father of microbiology. Distribution of microbes. Distribution of microbes are ubiquitous. Ubiquitous means anywhere, all over the world, universal, omnipresent, anywhere, ubiquitous. That means the microbes or microorganisms are the smallest organisms. We cannot see them with our naked eye. Only under microscope we can observe them. And the microbes distribution is ubiquitous. They can live in air, in all types of waters, in the soil also. Like this, the distribution is in air, in water, three types of water, all types of waters, marine water, fresh water and brackish water, all types of waters, and in the soil. This is the distribution. The microbes can survive in extreme conditions also. Extreme conditions means there is no existence of other living organisms, but they can survive in those extreme conditions like in snow, very cold conditions, and in very hot venters, that means geysers, thermal vents, hot springs, hot venters, geysers. In these geysers, the temperature ranges from 100 degrees to 140 degrees centigrade. In this temperature also, some of the bacteria can survive. For example, Thermus aquaticus. Thermus aquaticus is the bacteria. It can survive at nearly 140 degrees centigrade also. And in the snow also, in acidic conditions also, they can survive like this. Hot venters in hot geysers in acidic conditions. Okay, students. The distribution of microbes is in very highly acidic conditions also, in deep soils also. In deep soils. So, ubiquitous type of distribution. They can distribute, survive in air, in water, in the soil, in hot venters. Thermus aquaticus is the bacteria. They can survive nearly at 140 degrees centigrade, and in the snow, in acidic conditions and in deep soils also, the microbes can survive. Okay. Okay, students, the microbes are different types. For example, bacteria, protozoans, fungi, viruses, viroids, prions. These are the types of microbes. The bacteria, protozoans, fungi, viruses, viroids, prions. Bacteria are the friends and foes of human being. They are harmful bacteria as well as useful bacteria also present. The useful bacteria which are useful to humankind are called probiotics. Probiotics are the useful bacteria. The fungi, mainly the unicellular fungi, yeast is used in many preparations of beverages as well as bakery food items. Drinks and bakery foods are fermented by the fungi yeast. It is a unicellular fungi. Protozoans, the first form of living things. Next, unicellular organisms, protozoans. Viruses, these are not complete living things. The viruses have only a protein coat and nucleic acid. The nucleic acid may be RNA or DNA. Either DNA or RNA is present, but not both DNA and RNA collectively present in a virus. Virus has outer protein coat and inner RNA. Different types of viruses. The viroids are the particles of viruses without protein coat. Only DNA or RNA is present. For example, viruses, coronavirus, it has protein coat and RNA as its nucleic acid, not DNA. In viroids, only the nucleic acid is present, protein coat is absent. In prions, only the outer protein coat is present and nucleic acid is absent. Without nucleic acid, the viral particles are called prions. Prions also disease causing agent, infectious agent. Like this, these are the different types of microbes. Here, if we think any bacteria or virus, we imagine they are very dangerous. They are disease causing. But some bacteria and fungi also useful for the humankind, human welfare. We use the microbes in our household products. The next topic is microbes in household products. How the bacteria and fungi are used in our daily household products. This is the next topic, microbes in household products. For example, the first example we used the microbes, the bacteria is in the preparation of curd from milk. Preparation of curd from milk is by LAB, lactic acid bacteria. This bacteria secrete some acids into the milk. While they are growing in the milk, they secrete some acids. These acids partially digest the milk protein called casein. A cow's milk has 82% of milk protein. That is called casein. And remaining 18% is its serum, or also called as whey protein. This milk protein, casein, partially digested and they coagulate. Coagulate means becomes solidified, గట్టిగా అవుతాం. పాలు పెరుగ్గా మారేప్పుడు గట్టిగా అవుతుంది. ఇలా మారటాన్ని మనం ఇక్కడ అబ్జర్వ్ చేయొచ్చు. Lactic acid bacteria. Actually, the LAB is used in the making of curd is Lactobacillus bulgaricus. Lactobacillus bulgaricus. This Lactobacillus bulgaricus is used in the preparation of curd. The curd and yogurt both are same, but there is a slight difference in between the curd and the yogurt. That is, if the milk is added by a lemon juice or vinegar, it also becomes curd. It is the household product. By adding of acidic substance like lemon juice and vinegar, that product is called curd. But yogurt is the correct word, which is prepared from the milk by the fermentation of LAB, Lactobacillus bulgaricus species of bacteria. By the microbes action, the milk converts into curd, that is called yogurt. By the adding of acidic substance like lemon juice and vinegar, that is called curd. The product is called curd. This is slightly different. But the curd and yogurt both are same in the sense, and they have nutritive values than the milk. The curd has the nutritive value. It has vitamin B12 and B6 also. And also the curd stimulates the brain. The curd stimulates, rather activates the brain, stimulates the brain, and curd is used for the reducing the risk of BP and cholesterol. It also reduces risk of BP, blood pressure, and cholesterol. BP and cholesterol risk is reduced by curd or yogurt. It stimulates the brain. It has the vitamin B12 and B6. So the curd is more nutritive than the milk. It is mainly fermented by LAB, lactic acid bacteria, that is called Lactobacillus bulgaricus. Lactobacillus bulgaricus, and sometimes another type of bacteria also used in preparation of curd, that is Streptococcus thermophilus. Streptococcus thermophilus also used in the preparation of yogurt. These two are important from the point of view. Note down Lactobacillus bulgaricus, Streptococcus thermophilus, and the nutritive value of the curd is presence of vitamin B12, B6, stimulates the brain, reduces the risk of BP and cholesterol. And the most important another thing is the curd is rich in calcium, iron, potassium. The curd is rich in calcium, iron, potassium, etc. Minerals also present in the curd. Bacterial fermentation in yogurt preparation, and only the adding of acidic substances in the making of curd is the main important thing in conversion of milk into curd. Microbes are mainly Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus here. Next household product is idli and dosa. Preparation of idli and dosa. The flour plus water is called duff. That means in Telugu tadi pindi. The duff. After 1 day duration, the duff shows the puffed up appearance, dome shaped structure. The puffed up appearance of the duff with large or small holes like this, we observe. This is mainly due to the evolution of carbon dioxide after the fermentation of this duff. The holes indicate the evolution of releasing of carbon dioxide during the fermentation. Puffed up appearance. Puffed up appearance of duff we can notice during the preparation of idli and dosa like this. Next one, the main thing here is the bacterial fermentation here, not yeast, bacterial fermentation. The bacteria which is undergoes fermentation in idli and dosa is Leuconostoc and Streptococcus species. Leuconostoc is the bacteria. It is used in the fermentation of puffed up appearance of dosa and idli, and another bacteria is called Streptococcus. Streptococcus species. These two are used in preparation of idli and dosa. These two are bacteria. Bacterial fermentation takes place in the idli and dosa preparation. The puffed up appearance of dosa like this. And another thing is making of jalebi. Jalebi is our pronunciation, but the actual spelling is jalebi. The jalebi. Making of jalebi also the wheat flour mixed with water. Wheat flour plus water, it gives the duff. In this jalebi, the main organism is fermenting organism is the yeast. It is fungi. Yeast fungi. In jalebi meeting, the duff is fermented by unicellular fungi, that is the yeast. Okay, next. The other food items which are fermented by microbes in our household products. The next item is soya sauce. Soya sauce. Soya sauce is a brown colored salty sauce, salty soup. It is used by or prepared by soya beans and wheat. Soya beans and wheat are used in the preparation of brown colored salty soya sauce like this. Next one, the fish and meat fermented by microbes, fermented and cured and used in the preparation of many sauces. Many sausages are used by the fish and meat after their fermentation and curing. The important thing, another one, is in the preparation of bamboo shoots as vegetables. Bamboo shoots. The tender bamboo shoots are used as vegetables directly in some places. They can also used as vegetables after the fermentation. Bamboo shoots. Bamboo shoots, the tender bamboo shoots used as vegetables directly. Sometimes they are used after fermentation. After fermentation also, they used as vegetables. Bamboo shoots, the tender bamboo shoots. The interesting drink in South India mainly toddy, kallu. It is the fermented phloem sap phloem sap after fermentation. The yeast, naturally occurring yeast, produces 6% of alcohol after few hours. Toddy, kallu, from the palm trees, బొరాసస్, తాడి చెట్టు, ఈత చెట్టు, కొబ్బరి చెట్టు, ఇలాంటి వాటిని ఇలా గీత గీసి కట్ చేసి ఫ్లోయం శాప్ వరకు కట్ చేస్తారు. సో those are called గీత కార్మికులు. The phloem sap is fermented by naturally occurring yeast. It produces 6% of alcohol. After 24 hours, this toddy becomes impalatable. That means tasteless. చప్పగా అయిపోతుంది. 24 hours తర్వాత కళ్ళు బాగోదు తాగటానికి. సో after 24 hours, the toddy is used in preparation of vinegar. Vinegar preparation లో ఈ toddyని యూజ్ చేస్తూ ఉంటారు. These are the main uses of microbes in household products. The last and most important is cheese. Cheese is the dairy product used by the fermentation. Cheese. Two types of cheese are present in our syllabus: Swiss cheese and Roquefort cheese. Swiss cheese. First one is Swiss cheese. The cheese is the dairy product. It is also prepared from the coagulation and partial digestion of the milk protein casein. Swiss cheese has large holes. The large holes in the Swiss cheese is due to the production of more amount of carbon dioxide during this fermentation. More amount of carbon dioxide is released, and it is the main cause for the formation of large holes in Swiss cheese. Another cheese is Roquefort cheese. Roquefort cheese. This Roquefort cheese is ripened by a fungus for its improvement of flavor. Roquefort cheese is ripened by growing a specific fungi here. The fungi is Penicillium roqueforti. It is ripened by a specific fungi called Penicillium roqueforti. Penicillium roqueforti is a fungus which is grown on this Roquefort cheese for its flavor and texture. Here in Swiss cheese, large holes are formed by the releasing of more amount of carbon dioxide. Okay, and the bacterium here is used is called Propionibacterium. Propionibacterium shermani. Propionibacterium shermani is the bacteria which is used in the fermentation and production of Swiss cheese. Propionibacterium shermani. These two are most important from me point of view. Okay, note down all of you. And other household products are sour cream, meagda, curd, buttermilk. These are all mainly prepared by the fermentation of microbes. Okay, students, this is the topic of microbes in household production. And if you like my class, please subscribe my Success Academy. Okay, thank you. Bye.